everybody? Welcome to Biockickz 3 Raw TV. Tonight we're going to talk about, yes, I'm going to sound off on this one because this actually holds something very dear to me. And it's not a Donald Trump thing. It's not a political thing. It is a personal responsibility thing, which for years I blamed every single thing that was wrong with my life on everyone around me. I mean, it didn't matter who it was. It would be the fucking dog, the cat, the spider on the wall, my mom. It didn't matter. I'd blame everybody. It was never my fault. Nothing was ever my fault. If I got mad and punched a wall, it was like, well, you fucking made me mad, so I punched that wall. If you didn't make me mad, I would. There was a way of always blaming it or putting the blame on someone else, which, you know, took me therapy, to be honest with you, to realize what the fuck I was doing. And when you realize that, you shift modes into saying, this is my fault. How do I fucking fix this? I punched that wall. Fuck. I have to actually spackle it, fix it. Fuck. Next time you get mad, you don't punch the wall because you don't want to spackle and fix it. You took responsibility and you learned a lesson. You just don't do it. Kathy Griffin. So if you guys don't know, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows. Hodge Twins have made a video about it. So many people talking about it. I shot my mouth off on Instagram if you guys want to check that out. About how she held up a fucking, she took a picture, like a fucking professional picture of herself holding a severed head of Donald Trump. And I saw the picture, and honestly, I'm not offended by it because I know people do really weird, stupid fucking things. And people in Hollywood do even weirder shit than the average person. So it didn't really offend me. I'm just like, this is fucking stupid because all the shit that's going on about Donald Trump anyways, you're getting desensitized to shit. So you're just like, who fucking cares? Like, another person hates Donald Trump, big fucking deal, set off the fucking alarms, who cares? And I did, however, think it's pretty fucking like, you know, people watch those horror movies and stuff, people get decapitated, they're like, oh, wow, fuck, that's pretty hardcore. And there's like an NC-17 or rated R because of people get decapitated in the movie. Here you are putting something out in the fucking public of a decapitated head, and it happens to be the president. Now, let's just take the president out of it. Let's just say if it's a decapitated head of George Clooney or the fucking Pope or, I mean, we can pick anybody. We can fucking Elvis. I mean, you know, he's already dead. But Elvis's head, anybody else, it's still fucking inappropriate. It's still not appropriate. You know, and some people pointed the finger. They were like, well, Jerry, maybe it's art. Art? Maybe if you held like a mannequin head that had no face on it and just like threw some red paint on it, you threw some red paint yourself, you made a face holding the head like a mannequin head that was very nondescript and didn't, you know, look like an actual severed head. Maybe art, okay? Maybe I can get away with that. But holding a fucking model of someone's, like, that you recognize as fucking, it's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood holding his fucking head up. Like, it's offensive, right? She gets the smackdown laid on her. And I have not seen a single thing of Donald Trump fucking threatening her or talking shit. I mean, he's probably offended, and goddamn, I'd be offended too. I mean, if it was my head, I'd probably be offended. Now, cue all the trolls with the pictures of my fucking head and Kathy Griffin's head, right? But, you know, I watched her fucking cry and bitch and moan and complain in that press conference about how she's not to blame. Donald Trump is such a tyrant that he like mentally broke her and forced her to do this. And I'm sitting there going, what? Mentally broke you? And she's like, you don't understand. There's like, it's like a crowd mentality and a fucking mob mentality. Like, everybody was telling me it was cool and they were behind me, and he's made so many people upset, and I was just doing it for them. And I'm like, every fucking thing you could ever think of besides fuck, I fucked up, I'm sorry. Like everything. Like, he broke you? How the fuck did he break you? Like, you made a fucking, you did something very graphic about him and he broke you. Get the fuck out of here. And as far as saying, like, oh, the other people, you know, there was a mob mentality and a group of people, we were all for it. Those motherfuckers were all sitting around probably fucking doing shots of tequila. You were with them, and you're like, hey, you know what's cool? If I take a fucking fake head of Donald Trump and take a picture with it cut off, haha. They're all fucked up. They're like, yeah, guy, that'd be really fucking cool. And they're like, what a fucking whack job. I can't believe she said that. Never even thinking that she'd ever do it. They're like, yeah, that'd be so funny. Wow, it's so funny. I hate Donald Trump too. Yeah, okay. And next thing you know, you do it, and you're like, where are you guys backing me? And they're like, fuck you. I'm not backing you. You're fucking weird. They already knew you were weird. They fucking egged you on. You did it. They're probably sitting there going, I can't fucking believe she did that. I mean, I'm sitting back going, I don't know. You know, to me, I don't get offended easily. Do I think it was too far? I think if it's anybody recognizable, you know, to the general public, it's too far. But at the same time, shit like that doesn't bother me anymore. But what does bother me is Kathy Griffin talking about her fucking mental anguish. Such, what the mental anguish? It's your own actions. You chose to go out there and take the picture. You fucking came up with the concept first, which is even fucking stranger. Like, you know, I'm sorry, but we're desensitized to seeing like heads cut off and shit now. I mean, some people are with the ISIS stuff that's going on and shit like that. Like people are like, what the fuck? It's so barbaric. Like we say it like it's so fucking barbaric that we don't even want to think about it. Like people hate that concept of beheading. I'm telling you right now, you ask any fucking American out there, they will fucking tell you, I do not even want to fucking talk about beheading. That is so fucking far-fetched and crazy that could be happening in 2017 that I don't even want to talk about it. And you go fucking take a picture fucking reenacting it and think it's a fucking cool thing? Did you actually go out into the public and talk to anybody before you did this, or just your fucking little retarded friends while you were drinking? I mean, your little twisted sense of humor that probably makes you a good comedian, doing stuff for comedy, that line, you jumped over that motherfucker into the water wearing a fucking vest that was 60 pounds of concrete and tried to fucking swim, and now you're sinking. And you're like, oh, I don't know, Donald Trump is such a fucking... Look, a lot of people fucking hate Trump. A lot of people don't like it. Could you imagine, yourself, if you saw someone holding you? I mean, you're getting death threats now, right? You're like, oh, they're death threats, or this. You actually symbolize with a fucking head in the picture. Like, there are people calling you on the phone. You can't picture what your death is going to look like. That's what you did to fucking Donald Trump. You actually put the visualization of your head into real life and the reality and showed it to everybody. You don't think that's fucking disturbing? But your death threats are disturbing. You think that Donald Trump is behind the death threats? No. There's a lot of people out there that probably didn't like you to begin with, all right? Because I don't think I've ever seen you in the last fucking 10 years do anything that was worth anything. And I've heard a lot of shit about you being fucking cuckoo to begin with. Like, it's like every once in a while something cuckoo would pop off and it'd be you involved with it. I'm like, okay, well, that's that fucking cuckoo bro with the red hair. But, it boggles my mind how people go, wow, Jerry, this could have been art. Motherfucker, I actually went to art school. Okay? I did every art class that I had. They created a class for me in art in high school. We didn't even have an art class advanced enough for me in high school. I went on to advertising design at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. Art was just one of the only things I've ever known since I was a small child. That picture was not fucking art. Picasso would not be like, oh, art. Leonardo would have, oh, it's art. No, these motherfuckers would be like, that's a crazy fucking broad right there. That's what they would say. So, I don't know, guys. I think that personal responsibility is really lacking in a lot of things nowadays. And I'm sure my friend Chris Cavallini, who preaches this shit to the heavens with nutrition solutions, you don't understand. I've had conversations with Chris about personal responsibility. How him and I have both turned our lives around. And it started with taking responsibility for our own actions and then taking the actions to change your life to get you on the next level, to get you on a better track, to get you to where you really want to be. So, I don't know, guys. I'm against the, holding people down for freedom of speech. I get that. Freedom of speech all the way. We have this YouTube venue or this YouTube platform, freedom of speech, etc., etc. But think about the kids in America that saw that fucking picture on the internet. Like kids that are surfing, like that, just maybe they're like 10 years old and they want to know the new news about Donald Trump. They fucking Google new news about Donald Trump and that fucking picture pops up. Do you ever stop and think about what it fucking could do to those kids? Think about it. BioStrengthTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostrength.com is a blog. It's the not decapitated bicep, and we're out.